Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very warm welcome to you here in the Locarno Hotel, those of you who are in the room, and also to those of you, I'm going to wave at the camera now, I don't know if you've noticed that there are cameras in the room as well, to those of you who are joining us on webcast. A very, very warm welcome to this Public Sector Boards event, which has as its aim, quality through diversity. My name is Nikki Marr and I'm delighted to have been asked to host this event. I'm looking around the room and I'm seeing some familiar faces from the last time that HIE and Changing the Chemistry came together in May. Now there might have been a few of you who were sitting there at that point thinking, yeah, I'd quite like to be on a board, but I don't think it's necessarily for me. And I'm really glad that you've come back again. Some of you already were on board, some of you probably still are. Others of you might be even more enthused than you were then, but it's good to see your enthusiasm and good that you are here. So what do we mean by quality through diversity? Well, in the course of the next hour and a bit, and I can tell you that there are some delicious canapes on the way, so these speakers and your questions are the only things standing between you, tea and coffee and canapes. In the course of the next hour or so, we'll hear a bit about what quality through diversity means. But let me just start by saying that diversity in the boardroom is not just desirable, it's pretty well essential. It's essential if an organisation is going to be innovative and creative. And while innovation and creativity are great goals in themselves, it's also proven that they improve the financial strength of an organisation and they can help it move towards growth and stability. So let's just break that down. Given that Changing the Chemistry are here, we can pretend we're all scientists for a change. Think of it as an equation. We've got diversity on one side, and that leads to innovation and creativity. And we know that innovation and creativity lead to financial growth and stability. So really, having diversity on your board equals more cash. Simple as that. If that's the bottom line, if that's what matters to your organisation, then you've already managed to justify it. I should say that HIE therefore aren't funding this for your benefit, they're funding it for their own benefit as well. I'm not making all this up. These aren't just my statistics, this isn't just my idea, and none of these people have just made it up either. It's proven, and there are any number of research papers and TED Talks online if you want to find out more. Or you can listen to the panel that we have here this evening. This event, and like others that are happening around Scotland, has been organised with the specific aim of attracting a more diverse range of people, particularly women, to consider applying for board positions in the public sector generally, and specifically for HIE and SNH. And this isn't just a hypothetical. There are actually board positions at the end of this. HIE and SNH are actively looking to recruit board members to take up 3-year posts, I think both starting in the spring. They're looking for people like you. They understand that diversity makes sense, and hopefully you'll manage to find yourselves a way of fitting in there. And if not there, then perhaps there's another board out there that might fit your skills better. I'd like to introduce you to the panel and let you know just how it's going to work for the next hour or so. And as you can see, we have 5 speakers. The programme on your chairs suggests 6. Unfortunately, Sheila Campbell-Lloyd is unable to be with us this evening. But let me introduce the speakers that we do have. Amanda Bryan is our first speaker. She will kick things off and she'll give an overview of what public board sectors can do, public sector boards do, what being on a board means, and explain the benefits to the board members, because obviously it has to be a two-way process. So benefits to the board members of being on a board. Now, Amanda is a rural development consultant. She works predominantly in the Highlands and Islands and has experience as a member of a number of boards. So that's Amanda, who's sitting nearest me there. We'll then hear from the chair of HIE, Professor Lorne Crerar. He's got a great video to show us. I got a sneak preview of it just before the weekend about the work that HIE do. And I thought I knew quite a lot about what HIE are all about and what they do and what they achieve. But this video is a real treat. And he'll be talking to you either side of that. We'll then switch to Scottish Natural Heritage, and we're delighted that the Deputy Chair of SNH, Dr. Sue Walker, is here. She'll talk about the work that SNH do, what the role of their board is, And we'll hear about her experiences of being a board member, not just with SNH, but I hope she'll give us some of her insights into her work with Cairngorms National Park and SEPA, amongst others. Marion McCormack will be up next. She's on a whistle-stop tour. She's come up the A9 and she's heading back down tonight. Thank you very much for making the drive for us, Marion. She'll be talking about the public appointments process. How does that all work? What are the key skills that HIE, SNH and others will be looking for? And how can you best persuade them that you're the right person to join them, if indeed you think you're the right fit? Because don't forget, it is a two-way street. It's all very well you being the right person, but if you don't actually believe in the organisation and don't feel that you can offer something, find somewhere else that you can fit in. And finally, we'll hear from Tanya Castell, who's a portfolio of roles on many, many different boards. Now, she's here tonight in her capacity as chair of Changing the Chemistry, and they're a membership organisation dedicated to promoting diversity on boards. The eagle-eyed of you may have noticed that some of our name badges have little dots in the top corner, and those are the people that Tanya has got her claws into. We have joined, we have signed our lives away, and we've actually joined Changing the Chemistry, and we're getting quite a lot out of it. I speak for myself here. On your seats, as well as a list of our speakers today, you'll also see a little form for little question sheets. What we're going to do is we're going to keep all the questions to the end, but if you have any questions, what I'd like you to do is just fill that form in with your name, your organisation, and a wee question on the top. And at any time, if you think that's it, that's my question, stick your hand in the air. Some of the guys will come round and we'll get them all fed through, and we'll make the question and answer session at the end as slick as we possibly can. The reason for doing that is that it means that our friends who are watching the webcast online, we're all mic'd up at this end of the room, but you're not, so they can't see you. If I'm reading out the questions, it just helps move things along a wee bit more quickly. Once Tanya has spoken, we will have those 10 minutes for Q&A. We'll do that at the end. And then we will hopefully get everyone here. They'll all be able to stay until about 8:30 for those lovely canopies and the tea and coffees, because there may be something that you want to ask and you think, don't really want to ask with everybody listening. Actually, you should just ask, because the chances are, if you're thinking of it, if there's a question that you've got in mind, most of the other people in the room will be thinking it as well, so you might be doing everyone a favour by putting your hand up or by putting that form forward and asking the question. But if there's something you'd like to ask, or even if there's somebody else in the room you'd like to make that connection with, then please do stay until 8:30. I think I've probably talked enough just now. I'm going to hand over now to your first speaker.